Hey YouTube boys, how no one's doing today? As for me, judgmental. Judgmental about what? Well, YouTube's recent announcement to finally roll out the disabling of seeing the ratio of dislikes for viewers. I want to put my 2 cents in there, and it's one partly because I haven't roasted YouTube in about a year. So earlier this year, YouTube started testing with removing the dislike ratio from videos. They announced that a few days ago they're rolling out the change to the whole site. I don't like it. They claim, oh, we're trying to protect small creators from dislike bombs and ratios. And yeah, right. So if I'm a small creator, my voice should be elevated now, shouldn't it? Right? Because you're supposed to be supporting small creators. But from my experience, YouTube hasn't really supported me, and I'm okay with that. Like maybe by hosting me, sure, but have I actually been, reached out to be like, oh, hey, you want to be featured? No, of course not. So they claim that now viewers can't see the dislike bar ratio, whatever you want to say it, but creators can still see it in their studio, as everyone has. Because what person, what viewer, what creator goes to their video's view page to view the dislike? Nobody actually does that. That's idiotic. I don't understand that. Oh, it's a public thing. They don't like it. They feel uncomfortable. Can someone explain why that's uncomfortable? Because you still see it in the studio. I still see it. I don't care about my like and dislike. I mean, it's nice to help in the algorithm, but to see the many dislikes, I'm not demotivated. I use that for feedback. So I don't know. Like they can still see it. So yeah, it's in studio. What the hell? So they also claim their study found that they organized dislike bomb videos. Yeah, okay, great. But have you been on the net long enough? I don't know. I have, and it's not uncommon to see dislike bombs or review bombs on things on Steam, on Rotten Tomatoes, whatever review site's available. People will review bomb, but it's about how you take it. If you are an actual critical person, you'll actually consume the product that maybe is bad and decide for yourself if you like it. Not every person is an idiot and just follows the I see these numbers, I'm probably not gonna watch it. Like, no, that's not how normal people, critical people operate YouTube. What the hell? I don't understand what logic you're using with it. So once again, I want to know, what the hell do you mean? Oh, like in their official video, like, oh, public ratios cause stress to the YouTuber. Where? Tell me where. Why? Because I'm a different individual, because I don't really care. Like, oh, I'm being disliked. Well, okay, fine. I'll look at what I did wrong. Sure. I'm a small creator. I want to speak about my experience with, again, they're trying to protect small creators. Okay, cool. I'll use myself as an example. Sure, right? Other people might have their own examples. I would love to hear about them. For me, I made a video last year covering the kind of cracks that were forming around Love Letter. And sure, maybe some of the dislikes were fans of the project saying, oh, you're, just being a hater, whatever, fine. But in later iterations of like that series of videos, I find out that one of the people involved with the project was actually sending people to dislike people's critique of the game. Huh, suspicious, eh? But am I a victim? No, I'm not a victim, because I believe, and this is my opinion, if you want to think it's different, I believe I'm quite neutral about covering that video. Covering that topic of, some cracks forming within that problem. And if people didn't think so, they could have just commented and said so. Like, oh, I don't think you're fair. Maybe you want to talk to this other person. No, they just love a dislike. Huh. It's suspicious that so many people watch the video and just left a dislike without actually giving feedback. Huh. Right? I'm not a victim. I would like to use that as feedback. But, probably people didn't actually leave a comment saying, hey, you're wrong. Or, hey, maybe talk to this person. Again, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself. But, yeah, I'm not a victim. Who does this actually help? Well, some the first people I would think is governments, corporations, and scammers. I know people suspect that YouTube is doing this to remove any negative view. I mean, technically, this is YouTube is a corporation too, as well, right? So they can benefit from this. I know in the official, like, they answered saying, oh, did we remove this because we got a lot of dislikes on YouTube Rewind? They say no. I don't believe it, because every year for a while now, YouTube has been just horrible with their YouTube Rewind, and I understand it. I totally sympathize with people who don't like the YouTube Rewind. Like, who is this? I've never heard of you. Why are you in the YouTube Rewind? And you're not having hosting people who maybe you think, oh, or bad optics, but they're one of your biggest creators. Yes, I'm talking about PewDiePie. So where do I see this benefiting those things? Well, I'm going to keep it short for these first two. For governments. Well, oh, we upload a video. It's unfavorable. Oh, but no one sees the dislikes. Disable comments. Done. Wow. Same thing with corporations. Now they have they have a quite favorable looking view of the brand, even if people really don't like the brand, right? Like it's so stupid. Now the final one, scammers. Okay, creators already have the tools to disable likes and dislikes, comments, and even curate them. With scammers, they can just have a really positive image on their video with, oh, no dislike ratio. Oh, great. That makes it easier for me. I don't need to disable that. No comments, even better. Or all I need to do is I'll just curate and use bots to show positive comments. Where's that empowering small creators? That's empowering scammers. Why? This is bad. I know YouTube's has had a history of hosting scammers, right? And not doing nothing about them. Sometimes channels have been there for years. So why? Doesn't make sense. Going more about, feedback and other platforms. Okay, other platforms. Oh, they don't have a dislike button. They don't need it. Okay, fine. Let's use Twitter, for example. Oh, I don't like this tweet. Quote, retweet, say what I gotta say. Wow. People have a way of giving feedback. With YouTube being able to disable comments, wow, there's no way to feedback that. I guess you gotta go on other platforms and write about it otherwise, right? So it's just stupid saying, oh yeah, other sites don't have dislike. Well, at least they have ways of giving feedback still, unless Twitter decides to say, oh yeah, we're actually gonna disable quote retweets, which would be a weird thing to do on their part. And now I want to talk about toxic positivity. Feedback is always important in any field, in any job you're doing. Being positive in general isn't a bad thing. Where it becomes a problem is when people don't ever make any critical comments about people for them to improve. I've seen this in so many communities, but you need to recognize what you've done wrong so you can improve yourself, fix things, right? I love feedback, even if I haven't asked for feedback. Well, I've loved feedback always in the comments, just want to say that. And I've seen this in many communities. I know, bad example, but Twitter, again, includes art communities or the VTuber communities. I've seen so many people like, oh, wow, you're just so, this hug box of, oh, like, we go like this, we gotta promote each other. It's like, well, you gotta be careful about who you're promoting, for one, and I have a spicy opinion on VTubers, actually. It is more in the west side, but I don't know if it's any similar anywhere else. But definitely in the Western sphere. I may make a video on it if you want to hear about it. I'm definitely excited to do that. And from what I understand, the backlash has been huge against YouTube's decision, which is great. I stand with anyone who's against it. I've seen some people talk in videos about some YouTubers that actually benefit from this. They're not just scammers, which, understandably, I wouldn't want them to flourish either if their content is actually bad, right? So, YouTube, there is a bit of hope here. In the past, I don't remember where the video is. If anyone has the video, I'd be great. I'll pin the comment if you want to find it for me. I've been having trouble finding it because it's so obtrusive to find YouTube and then like the topic about them, but it always leads to videos. Sorry, tangent. Anyways, they tried to implement I think it was called some sort of peer review program. Then people didn't like it, and they just secretly re-uploaded the video edited under the same URL. Wow, it's like you understood feedback or something, YouTube. And as far as I know, they actually never implemented that program, and that gives me hope that they can listen and that they may not implement this. In one sense, I could just say make it more aware for creators that they have the option to disable likes. Not that I want to encourage people to do that, but if you want to, do it for the sake of the health of the creator, well, just tell them, hey, you know, maybe if you are feeling stressed about likes and dislikes, just disable them. Sure. Not that I don't want to promote this, because you need feedback. You need to know how to do things right. You need to learn from your mistakes, right? And I know review bombing is still bad, but like, just don't play the victim. Learn from what you've done. Don't go in there like, oh, well, woe is me. I got so many dislikes. I'm such a sad boy. Like, no. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I want to find that video. I've been having a difficult time. Again, I'll pin the comment when I find it, or if someone else finds it. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, again, this is some hope for scrapping that change. I would love to hear your thoughts, actually, about this down in the comments below, because I'm frustrated. You already know that. So, if you want to leave a like now while you're down there and sub to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video.